In this segment, I'm going to discuss an economic stimulus plan. So to me, a fourth component of a fiscal plan is to stimulate the economy by attracting new investment, creating wealth, and creating new jobs. So I'm first going to start talking about the Boston Consulting Group. So at an invitation from the Walker administration, an audit team came in about a year ago called the Boston Consulting Group to focus on how to increase and expand economic development opportunities in Alaska. In the report, they said that the state should leverage existing state funds, particularly AIDA, Alaska Industrial Development Economic Authority, AEA, Alaska Energy Authority, and AHFC, Alaska Housing Finance Corporation, and increase those efforts to engage with the private sector to co-invest in projects. The Boston Consulting Group further recommended that we create a multi-agency, statewide vision for economic growth, and then create a step-by-step plan to how to reach that vision. The report provided many examples of how other states have been successful. I was very excited to read this because I could start to imagine Alaska's potential. These new projects will create jobs, bring in new money into the state, where businesses will eventually pay corporate taxes, business property taxes, and local sales taxes. This is all new income to the state. With the Walker administration, they presented us their economic recovery plan. This proposes an income tax to pay for maintenance on state-owned buildings. Yes, while we should address deferred maintenance, I call this a two-dimensional plan. It's incomplete, and this plan unfortunately expands the cost and role of government. What is missing? We need a plan to create new wealth, attract new business and new investment opportunities, and bring new dollars into the state. In this slide, I've titled it, "The Government Should Assist and Not Create." So we're going to talk about Amazon. So recently, Amazon put out a request for proposal to create a new headquarters in a city somewhere in North America. When many of our business and political leaders read the proposal initially, the first page said the requirements were any city had to have a population of at least 1 million and possibly provide some financial incentives. And I think that detoured many leaders from going any further. Alaska Economic Development Corporation, for one, said that they publicly did not have the people or the resources to put a package together and declined to move forward with it. Well, two ladies working on their own with pretty much no budgets recognized that Anchorage and Alaska's very unique assets give us a competitive edge, and in 1 week put together a very amazing and impressive proposal, and personally flew it down to Amazon's headquarters. The proposal was so good that it garnered the attention of the Wall Street Journal, not once, but twice. And Amazon sat up and paid attention and contacted the ladies and said they are committed to working with the state of Alaska to look at opportunities where it might make sense. But here is where I'm worried. Right now, the Walker administration and his commissioners are talking publicly about the Alaska disconnect, which means any businesses other than the oil and gas doesn't really pay their own way. There is a net drain on the state budget because when these new businesses come to Alaska, their kids go to school, they drive on our roads, they utilize our state programs, but they don't pay enough towards the state general fund through the corporate business taxes to cover the costs. So really, they're a net drain on our state. So the message, perhaps, from the state's perspective seems to be one of indifference at best for new business investment. Frankly, it seems a little bit that we don't really care either way where they come. So what happens if Amazon hears this message? Are we going to lose a really good opportunity? Open for business. How do we create this culture in Alaska? The government and the private sector need to work together to host a big event where we invite businesses all over the world to come to Alaska, where we connect them with Alaskan companies, Alaskan business owners, native corporations, landowners, permitting departments, regulatory departments, banks, entrepreneurs, and other government agencies, and we try to find matches where it makes sense and put deals together. In addition, we need to be using AIDA funds to do more partnering with private investors. Alaska does not have the same cash flow as before. We can't fund them 80% of it. We need to leverage the assets in order to expand the scope and the number of projects and increase the impact throughout the state. The Boston Consulting Group highlighted the South Dakota model, which provides loans up to 45% of the project costs and does a 30-year fixed mortgage at 2%. By encouraging public-private partnerships and projects, you add a non-political perspective to the deal analysis, which I say is a very good thing. Ada has good leadership and a great board, and I've spoken to the executive director, and he is open to this possibility to expand this book of business, and I say let's take advantage of it.